Time to knock the flame out and turn the immersion chiller on. Start the cooling process. We want to do this just as quick as we possibly can. You want to bring it down from a boiling temperature to a temperature of around 70 degrees to pitch your yeast just as quick as you possibly can. And that's what we're doing. I'm going to stir a whirlpool motion in here to get all the trube that's going to be collected by the Irish moss to settle into the middle and be away from my drain off. Alright, I've got that done. And now I'm going to cover the top of it with some aluminum foil. Leave just a little bit of opening for the hot air to come out of it. And let that cool until it reaches the temperature that we want, and it's starting to fall down right now because that's ice water flowing through that immersion chiller. And right now we're down to about 185. And in a few minutes it'll be down to where we can drain it into a bucket to catch it, to pour it into the fermenter. Alright, the water's cooled down enough to where we can drain it into a bucket now. And I've taken a sample and we're going to check the gravity on this to see where our alcohol content is. And let's see, I've already adjusted for the temperature on there. And that looks like about a 140, let's see, come back around 24, that's about 144 plus 5, be 149. So that's a 1.049 starting gravity. That's right where we're going to want to be at, right there. And hopefully that will yield a beer somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 6% alcohol. Somewhere along there. Alright, I've got a bucket here that's been sterilized, and sitting down inside this bucket is a strainer. Now what you see on that strainer is the remnants of the star sand. You know, don't fear the foam. That's good stuff. This is a 200 micron filter. Yeah, I guess you call it a filter. Strainer. Goes on top of a bucket like that. And you just turn this on now, and the wort will start draining into the bucket, and that strainer will catch the remnants of the hops, all the trube that's left in there. It's going to catch it right there. And we're going to drain this into this bucket, and that will be pouring into the fermenter. We're almost ready to make beer now. Alright, we're fixing to pour some of this wort into a sterilized bottle. That's a carboy, 6-gallon carboy. And we're going to pour this beer, this wort, which will be the beer, into this sterilized carboy. Alright, a few more gallons out of there and we'll have it. Alright, let's have another go at it here, see if we can fill this carboy up. That's going to do it because we want to leave enough room in the top of it for the yeast. It's getting some good aeration though, isn't it? You want to aerate the wort just as good as you can before you put the yeast in there, because that yeast has got to have some oxygen in order for it to take off and get started good.